Assalamu alaikum everyone, and a very good morning to all the ladies and gentlemen who are here today with us. I am Tazvirul Islam. On behalf of Daily Sun, I welcome you all to this roundtable discussion, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you to this discussion today. And thank you also for making the time and coming here to have this roundtable discussion with us. First of all, I'd like to introduce all of our guests. I will go line by line. And the first person I'm going to mention is Mrs. Sabrina Shahid, speaker. She is the principal of Sir John Wilson School. Another speaker we have amongst us, Mohammad Shaheen Reza, country director of Bangladesh, Oxford AQA. Another speaker, Tahni Yasmin, director business development of British Council. Our other speaker is Sabir Alam, Operation Manager, Brit Academy, London. Our fifth speaker, Mohammad Wahid Ibn Shahid, VP and Head of Retail Marketing, Trust Bank PLC. Our sixth speaker is Professor Dr. Mohammad Abul Kashem Mia, Vice Chancellor, United International University. And finally, the fourth speaker is Dr. M.D. Fakhrul Islam, Secretary, University Grants Commission of Bangladesh. And the panelists that we have amongst us are Fitrat Rashid, Vice Principal, Hartko International School, Yasmin Habib, Principal, Sunnydale School, Abdullah Al Masood, Principal, Green Mind International School, Mr. Soraban Tahura, Principal of Playpen School, Ms. Seong Kim, Principal, Ebenezer International School, Stephen Ellis, Principal, Secondary School, ISD, Mr. Qazi Rafqat Hussain, Chairman, British Columbia International School, Professor Kutubuddin, Managing Director of Academia, Faiz Ahmed Jahangir Masood, Principal, Legend International School, Abdullah Zaman, Principal, Wheaton International School, Mariam Noor Yunus, Principal, New Horizon Crescent International School, Farzana Karim, Principal, Al-Azhar International Grammar School, Humaira Salmin, Principal of Canadian Maples International School, Afroza Haq Chaudhary, Principal of Stepping Stone International School, Mohammad Saifuz Shia Saif, Head of Student Banking, Citibank, Zubair Naim, Head of Business Development School, British Council, Mohammad Kanchan, Manager, Brand Marketing of TCL Global, Alifuz Zaman, Country Manager of NWC Education, Mr. Mohammad Al Mamun Islam, Manager, Sales and Strategy of MIE English Academy, and last but not the least, Ms. Arik Bhaumik, Head of Marketing of NWC. Welcome to all of you, and thank you for coming with us tonight. We are honored to have with us also the strategic partners, Oxford AQA, Associate Partner NWC, and Brit Academy London. And I thank all three of the companies for coming to this great discussion where we're going to discuss some very important things. So today we stand at a pivotal movement for our nation as we explore the theme. The theme for today, global standards and local roots. Our conversation actually goes beyond any curriculum or any assessment. In its essence, a dialogue about shaping the identity, the values, and preparedness of the next generation of leaders in this new Bangladesh that we have in our hand today. To set the tone for this important discussion, I would like to invite Mr. Riazul Karim Lotas, the editor of Daily Sun, to deliver his welcome speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Tazir Bhai. Distinguished guests, educators and visionaries, good morning and very warm welcome to you all. For years, the English medium sector in Bangladesh has been a quite powerhouse, producing world-class talent, fostering global mindsets, and acting as our primary link to the international academic community. Yet for too long, it has been often viewed as a separate stream operating in parallel lent to the national discourse. Today, under our theme, Global Standards, Local Roots, Adapting English Medium Education for New Bangladesh, we are here to change that narrative. We are not just talking about academic excellence in a vacuum. We are talking about how we can take the rigorous global standards of the British curriculum and ground them deeply into our soil of our motherland. In this new Bangladesh, our goal is to produce graduates who are as comfortable in a boardroom in London or Silicon Valley as they are contributing to the social and economic fabric of Dhaka, Chattogram, and beyond. We are honored to have truly a holistic panel with us today. We have the institutional leadership to discuss the heartbeat of our schools. We have the curricula experts from Oxford, AQA, and the British Council to guide our academic standards. We have the UGC and UIU representing the breeze to higher education. We have the banking sector and consultancy experts to discuss the practical financial placement frameworks that makes this journey possible for families. This roundtable is more than just a conversation. It is a collaborative workshop. Our magazine's mission is to document these insights and turn them into a roadmap for parents, policymakers, and school owners. I encourage you all to speak with candor. Let us identify the bottlenecks, whether they are regulatory, financial, or academic, and let us propose solutions that serve the students of Bangladesh. Thank you for your time, your expertise, and your commitment to the future of our youth. Let's begin. With this few words, I would like to request our Executive Director, Mr. 𝗞𝗲𝘆𝘄ci𝗿𝗱𝘀, to conduct this roundtable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lotus. Thank you for that lovely speech. We have been honored with another guest right now, Amreen Hussain, Vice Principal of Canadian Maple International School. Welcome to you, ma'am. So, thank you, Mr. Editor, for your lovely speech. To our speakers and guests, today our goal to sit here is very practical. Me being a student of English medium school myself, this is a topic that I can resonate with because it's about global standards and your local values. So coming out of from international English medium school, most of our peers, my friends, they always try to go abroad for their higher education, and some of them stays there. So in such case, we are facing a lot of brain drain as well. So we would like to discuss all that today, and we will begin with the insight from our 7 core panelists, followed by an open floor session with our 12 distinguished guests. So moving on to the core 7 that I've just mentioned, the first person I'm going to invite is Ms. Sabrina Shahid, Principal of John Wilson School. Your leadership in school management is well recognized. When we talk about global standards, there is often a fear of cultural alienation. How are you ensuring your institutions to produce students who are globally competitive but remain deeply anchored to their local roots? So that's my question I'm throwing on the table. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum to everyone. Very good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to congratulate you on bringing out this Beyond Borders, the Daily Sun Beyond Borders. It looks really nice, and I can see a lot of schools have been featured over here, and let's see how it goes. Your question was that how do we make sure that our students are deeply rooted to our heritage and still represent the country, represent as a global citizen. So that's a very important part, I think. If I say that education is often described as a bridge to the future, but my question to you all, that what good is a bridge if it doesn't remember, or if it fails to recognize the land it hails from. So it's very important that we are deeply rooted to our own heritage, our culture. There's just so many things that we are proud of our own culture. Not only our language, we had the language movement. I think we are the only country who had fought for their own language. So we have so much to be proud of. If we do not tell our students, our children, our next generation, and they do not become proud of it, how are they going to represent us in the world? Yes, you may say that they'll live a good life, they'll be successful in the world, so that's how they're going to represent themselves. But yes, you have to carry your past with you, you have to carry your root with you. So it's like a tree. If a tree is not planted in the soil properly, then it's not going to be lasting long. So it is very important that their root is deeply rooted, and they know about their roots, and then they globally represent themselves as a competent citizen. So how do we do that? It is very important that, that we look after these matters in the schools, especially in the schools. Yes, when they're in the university, they already have a set mind. But in schools where they're shaping up their future, where they're shaping up their opinion, it's very important that we give them the right set of background, right set of history, right set of geographical knowledge of their own country, so that they know about their country, they know about their history, they know about their language. And I know that, English medium school has always been subjected to this thing that, we don't teach them Bangla enough, our children are not competent enough, comparison to the Bangla medium schools. We do not follow cultures, we do not speak the language. Yes, English is the medium of our language in the school, but definitely I can vouch for all English medium schools that we do teach them Bangla from the very beginning of the school, and we do practice, celebrate all the national days, culturally significant days that we have in our country. So I would say that yes, these are the things that has to be maintained in our curriculum. It is not only as part of the school events, but you have to integrate them in the curriculum. That's very important. Another way of doing it is also give them the feeling of this pride, being yourself, being close to your root, being close to your country. Things like doing, respecting the people of the villages, respecting the people who produces the food for us that we get on the table. That's very important. If we can create that respect, I think we will be doing the right job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sabrina, and thanks for those important inputs, like how the English medium students actually celebrates all the festivals, all the Bengali festivals, along with the international festivals as well. I know it's a common norm that a lot of people think that it doesn't happen in schools like ours, but I would say the school I went to, we used to have one of the biggest Novoborsho events in the city. So thank you for putting all the inputs. Now moving on to our second point of discussion, which is the curriculum framework. I would request Mohammad Shahin Reza, representing Oxford AQA, as education shift beyond just the role of learning. How Oxford AQA evolving its assessment framework in Bangladesh to reflect better 21st century skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and academic integrity while staying aligned with its local educational realities.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to you all. I'm absolutely delighted to be here with all these educators, and I think I must say thank you very much to Daily Sun for taking this great initiative. I think this is the first time for this kind of event we are having, and also the magazine looks very, very impressive. I think again, this is the first time we are seeing this kind of magazine, particularly focusing on the international education, particularly English medium education. So I think there are reasons for us to focus on all this. We can see that the generation that studied English medium are now leading in many places, like the executive director of Daily Sun. And even if we go to the ministry, we'll see some of the joint secretaries, additional secretaries, even we had some ministers who have been studying English medium qualification. So there are a lot of things are happening. So I think you have kind of touched upon number of points that it used to be the case that the English medium school students, they don't get all these local heritage, and kind of they're not attached to the kind of local socio-economic and lifestyle. But nowadays we see that the English medium schools have been kind of extended to even rural areas. Like, for example, we have schools in Shirazganj, we have a school in Feni, Bogura, Dinajpur, Rajshahi, of course, all divisional cities. So it is growing, and people see the real value in it. They see the value in investing in English medium education. So I think there are a number of reasons for us to be proud of it. So I think the point that you have raised, that the beyond the certificate, aligning international assessment with 21st century skill set, I think this is one of the key areas wherever we go, either it is in national system or international system. We talk a lot about the 21st century skill set and its requirements. So I think as an organization, as an education board, we focus a lot of emphasis on that 21st century skills and competencies. So we, for example, we are the largest exam board in the UK. Oxford AQA is a joint venture between AQA and the Oxford University Press. So these two brands, for example, we have huge amount of experience in managing the exams and education in a broader sense. So if we talk about AQA, we are the largest exam board in the UK. We have a heritage of more than 120 years of delivering exams in the UK. And if we talk about our strength in the UK, we run about 62% GCSE exams, that is known as O-level in Bangladesh. So 62% GCSE exams are conducted by AQA in the UK, and almost half of the A-level exams are also conducted by AQA in the UK. So that's our kind of know-how, and that's our expertise to develop the syllabus, develop the assessment, develop thesis, and also conduct the assessment, and end of the day issuing the certificate. And on the other hand, we are part of the University of Oxford through University Press. And University of Oxford, I think you all know that we have 1,000 years of experience in managing the higher education, and as the publishing side of it, we have almost 400 years of experience in developing academic resources for schools and higher education institutions. So this is a kind of specialization we have developed over hundreds of years as AQA and also as Oxford. So these two organizations, I think, has given us the unique position to address all the kind of upcoming challenges that we see, that education is kind of developing very rapidly, because the world is changing very rapidly, and we need to align ourselves because we are preparing our future generation. So we have to align our syllabus, we have to align our assessment, we have to align our certification process as well. So as a certifying authority, we also develop the curriculum, and the curriculum is developed based on the anticipated kind of workplace and competencies that will be required in the upcoming days at the workplace or at the professional places. So that is kind of core of what we do. And also we keep ourselves aligned with the anticipated scenario that we see, and we have the department in the University of Oxford. They conduct research, what is coming up in the UK and also elsewhere in the world. And based on that, we try to prepare our students with the adequate kind of knowledge and also skills and competency. So, for example, if we just narrow it down at a very micro level, that how do we do that? So, for example, in all these years, we used to have only the kind of summative assessment. So, end of the year, it is linked to rote memorization. But we realized that as an exam, but we realized that that's not going to be very helpful for very long. So, we have started changing our approach. So, while we feel that it is important for students to gain the knowledge, but at the same time it is important for us to make sure that they can also apply the knowledge. Whatever they learn, they should be able to apply those knowledge at either workplace or whatever they do. I think they should be able to apply those knowledge as well. So we thought it's maybe bit too late if they go to the university and we only focus on those areas. So what we have done as an exam board, that maybe the students at the age of 11, 12, 13, 14, they should be given some indication that what exactly the workplace is going to expect from them. So we have come up with other than all the traditional subjects like science, maths, English, geography, literature, all this, in addition to all these traditional subjects, we have introduced some unique subjects. For example, at the O-level, GCSE, we have introduced a subject called Global Skills Project. So we want to, with the objective, I think the subject name itself, it says Global Skills Project. So it means we want them to be prepared for the global kind of context, either for employment or maybe business, whatever they want to do. So this subject is not a kind of traditional subject. So for example, if somebody is in Bangladesh, I think it is also linked to that topic today, global standard, but local roots as well. So for example, in Bangladesh, we have too many problems. And we need to find the right people, or we need to involve our young generation who will be in a position to address identify some of the problem and should be in a position to address some of those challenges. So what we have done with that particular subject, Global Skills Project, that if they can identify one of the problems they see every day in Bangladesh, and as a student, what do they think that how that problem can be addressed? So with that, they work in a group of students and also with their teachers under the supervision of their teachers. So they, number one, they identify a problem, what is that, and what is that they can do to mitigate that problem. So, and end of the day, they work throughout the year, maybe during 2 years, work under the direct supervision of their teachers, and also there are some kind of mentor assigned at the exam board in the UK, so they will be also guiding them with the some kind of formatted template that if they are on track. So end of the day, they will be conducting research, finding out the root cause of that problem, and also suggesting some kind of solution that how that can be addressed. And also it is linked to the sustainability. So we want to make sure that it's whatever the solution they are suggesting, it's sustainable. It's not kind of a temporary solution. So with that, they can they will of course have to go through the assessment process, but not in a kind of typical memorizing the content and writing it down in the exam hall. But it is a kind of ongoing assessment throughout their academic years. They will be doing that. And then we will do the assessment part of it from the UK, and they will be given a grade based on their kind of complexity of the project and everything. And they will be given a grade as equivalent to on O-level subject grade. So that's one thing we are doing as an exam board to address these upcoming challenges. And also that's in GCSE level, O-level, and we also have a further follow-up qualification. It's called EPQ, Extended Project Qualification. It's like an advanced level of that Global Skills Project. So similar kind of approach, they will be identifying the problem and coming up with a solution. And we have found that it has been proved very, very effective. So again, Oxford University Department of Education, they have conducted some research that the students who are taking extended project qualifications in A-level, they are performing better in their university qualifications because they are very well prepared, because the approach that we take at the EPQ, I mean extended project qualification, this is kind of preparation for them to get into the university, and that's, I think they are supported that what is the university that expect, and we prepare them. So as an exam board, I think we are trying to address all these anticipated challenges. It's not just the grades, but I think we are also giving a lot of emphasis that how do we prepare our future generations so that they can face the anticipated challenges that we will be facing in the upcoming days around the world. So I think if I'm okay with the time, I should say thank you very much for listening to me. I'm not sure if it was at all sensible, but that's what we do as an exam board, and I'm sure some of the schools in Bangladesh will be adopting our qualification. Of course, they will study all these traditional subjects, but these are the additional subjects that will be very helpful for the students to prepare themselves for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shine. And yes, your inputs were very important to hear, because you have spoken about the academic integrity, which me being, I gave my A-levels in 2002. So a lot of things were not there that you just said has been integrated as an academic integrity, which is the main point of the discussion, how to evolve and get to a better position. So our next speaker will be talking about global standard and the local relevance, and it's Tanhi Yasmin representing British Council. With British Council, I have a very strong bonding memory, because the British Council in Fuller Road, I used to go there quite often, and as a kid, I used to go there to watch English videos, documentaries, the books that you get there. What a fantastic environment you guys had, and also eventually during our O-level days to pick up the original certificate, you have to visit that. So I'm really glad that you are here today with us, and as Bangladesh moves towards a new Bangladesh vision right now, how is the British Council supporting English medium educations to remain globally credible while becoming more locally responsive? So it's a tricky one, obviously, but particularly we want to know in teaching quality, in leadership development, in assessment practice, and student well-being. What are the initiatives that you guys are taking? That's my question to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Hello, everyone. It absolutely feels like home, because I am working with most of you, our school leaders. Shaheen Bhai, we are working with Oxford, and of course Daily Sun, we are working for a very long time. So as I have mentioned, it's absolutely like home, like we are talking under the same umbrella. So British Council, you all know about British Council, you have memories with British Council like Tanvir Bhai. So British Council is a 90+ years organization. It's a very, very old organization. And in Bangladesh, it's 75+ years now. So like before Bangladesh's birth, we are here. And we are sitting in the heart of the city, which is Dhaka University. So we are talking about history, we are talking about roots, we are talking about students who will be the change makers of the world, not only the country. So since we are sitting in the Dhaka University area, we are very much connected with the changes happening in the country forever. And we see how the politics, how the education system, and how the socio-economic system changes over years after years. So British Council is working with government. We are working with schools. We are working with different ministries, of course, Ministry of Education as well. We do a lot of activities starting from the thought leadership, which means we actually let the country know, or the people who are, working for the country in terms of policy making, in terms of policy implementation, we are always with them. British Council is participating very actively with everyone. So you were asking about how we are supporting schools. So, as I have mentioned, we have footsteps in over 100 countries, and we call it our partner school network. So we call it one umbrella, where not only the Bangladesh school, but all over the world, the schools who are offering UK curriculum, we are under one umbrella. And we ensure that whatever support we provide in a same way with maintaining same standards. So it's not different here in Bangladesh. But we obviously agree that there should be some, contextualization, because every country has its uniqueness. Every country's students, they are unique. And this evidence is again coming back to the root. So wherever we go, wherever our students go, end of the day, the first and foremost, acquaintance of themselves, they are Bangladeshis. They are coming from a country, as Shaheen Bhai has mentioned, there are so many difficulties here, but with a lot of opportunity, because the young generation we have here are very, very, prominent in numbers, which is a strength for any country like Bangladesh. So we are working very closely with English medium schools. It's now 200 plus schools, which means that the interest is growing day by day. And this is the first and foremost reason is the quality education we are offering and providing. So we are working hand in hand with all the schools, and the schools are situated not in Dhaka only, but also Sylhet, Chattogram, and so many other areas where we didn't see any English medium school before. So we believe that, and we have a lot of survey and research going on, where we ask parents and students what they want and what support they want from British Council and schools as well. And we believe that British Council is supporting the schools, and at the same time schools are really trying to understand what support they can give to the students, starting from the quality of the teaching, the services they provide for the parents and students, not only with the proper curriculum, but all the services needed for a child to grow as a global citizen. So British Council is working in so many ways with the schools. First and foremost, the delivery of the exams. We all know that we can't really confine the students in boundaries. Okay, they are the global citizens. They will absolutely go out of the country, or even if they are staying in the country, the world is now free. They can connect with anyone, anytime. So it's our duty to ensure that whatever communication they are doing or what information they are providing are absolutely proper, respectful, and impactful. So in this purpose, all the schools are really working hard, and we are as well. Like, for example, when a student go for higher studies, then the path will be easier for them, or they will know that in which way they are moving ahead. So the universities we have in the country or outside of the country, especially the best one, they really care about the education quality. So the students who are applying for higher education, they want to know from where they're coming, from which country, from which school, from which curriculum they are coming. So at the same time, the trust is one of the issues. The curriculum they are having for so many times, and the exams, O-levels, A-levels, they are qualified with that exams. So trust is there, and proper compliance needs to be met. So British Council is ensuring that the examinations are taking place under the UK curriculum. Those are absolutely proper. We are maintaining full compliance that the exam delivery we are doing, maintaining the proper processes under all the curriculum we are providing, that there is no question behind that, and a big team is working for it. We have our examinations team, we have a big pool of invigilators, we have a big pool of people who are 24/7 alert that the services our schools are providing through us are absolutely trustworthy, compliant, and there is no question behind it. And this only these standards are ensuring inside the country and outside of the country, okay, if a student is are coming from a UK curriculum or have the certificates from these particular boards, they are trustworthy, they are the best students, and they are coming from an arena where all the compliances and all the quality has been ensured. So British Council is working in this sector for a very long time. At the same time, we are not only delivering the exams, we ensure that the schools who are working with us, they have all the services available, starting from the safeguarding. So we do a lot of safeguarding training with the schools, that the students who are joining the schools, they have absolutely safe place for study. Then we talk a lot about equality, diversity, inclusion, because there are so many students who has different interests, who have different abilities, and we are the people who needs to ensure that every students have proper access of education. So we are promoting equality, diversity, inclusion, and we are there to support to the school that how they can ensure all kind of accessibility for their students. We have our continuing professional development training program for our partner school teachers. We call it CPD. This is a very buzzing word all around the world, who are professionals. So whenever they start any job, this is not the end of the era. They need to learn every day, because the education system, the information, they are updating every day. So being a professional, you need to know about it. So British Council provides training for their teachers that they can run the classrooms properly with high quality support service, what even UK schools are providing. So we absolutely look after it, and we are working on it. And we really hopeful that we will be able to work with UK curriculum boards and schools in upcoming days, that we can continue providing compliant service, trustworthy service. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tahani Yasmin. Good to know that you are giving awards nowadays from British Council. In our times, there was this Daily Star Awards, and we all everyone wanted to get that. So it's good to know that British Council has taken the initiative to do that. I'm absolutely sure it's going to motivate the English medium students of our country to do much better, because I missed out on the Daily Star Award for just 1 day, and that memory still hurts me. So these things, I believe, motivates the students to move on to put in more effort and get recognized. So the next point we are going to talk about is a very important point, the university bridge. Transitioning from your school background to a higher education is one of the most critical point of any student's career. And we have here with us Mr. Sabir Alam, representing NWC and Brit Academy. So you can see the hurdles that the students face when moving abroad or into specialized stream of studies. What is the single most important step that the school must take to make sure that our students aren't just passing, but are truly prepared for the world's top tier universities?
Basically, on behalf of Brit Academy, I'm honored to speak about how we can build stronger and clear bridges for Bangladeshi students transitioning from A levels to world-class universities, as you have asked. One of the biggest challenges students faced after completing A levels is confusion, right? Is the most confusion a student face or their parents face, right? Many students and parents are unsure whether they should apply directly to universities or they should apply foundation route or explore alternate pathways to the top tier universities of the world, right? So at Brit Academy, we focus on providing structured and reliable academic progression pathways. One of the key routes we promote through NCC education, so which is a UK regulated off-call body. And NCC programs provide through students with a step-by-step academic pathway that prepares them for undergraduate degrees in countries such as UK, Australia, Canada, and across Europe. These qualifications are developed with strong academic frameworks, are aligned with university expectations. Another important advantages of BREET Academy pathways, which is under NCC boarding, is their university progression structure. Many universities offer direct entry opportunities into year 1 or even year 2 based on the NCC qualification. So this is not only saves time but also help families plan education more strategically and confidently. Beyond academic progression, we strongly believe that career counseling is a must start early for the students in schools or the pre-schooling stage. At BREET Academy, we support students who has a lot of challenges in their life, right? So we believe that every student or every merit has equivalent right to study abroad or to have the same right. In the real world, we can see that after A-level, some students might have to face some family problems, or due to the problems, they are just not getting into the back to the academics on the track again, and they have the gap. They have the year gap, right? So we help the students with bridging them their gaps, right? And we try to fulfill their parents' dream and the students' dream that yes, we can go to abroad as well, and we can study to the top tier universities as well, right? So we believe, and we can see in this country, right, that we are talking about today English medium education. So this is a common thing in our country. Every year, I personally and we personally see that every year after a massive Bangla medium results like such as secondary school examinations or HSC, we see that the headlines on the papers that a lot of students passed this year and that, and in terms of O levels and A levels, we rarely see this type of things, right? So we believe that we, BREET Academy London, and for upcoming days, we will be promoting a grand event for students that we will be honored them who have completed their A levels, and we will work on that soon as well to recognize them, right? To make them feel that yes, you guys are encouraged or supported by the society, right? So at BREET Academy, we just believe that every merit and every student has the same right, such as a regular student or irregular student. We provide them the highest quality of education, and their parents don't just need to worry, and they can rely on us, and so that their students can find a great pathway through to the top tier universities to the world. And thank you so much for this opportunity, and I believe I might have answered the question. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And you did answer the question, and I believe everyone here would take a lot from this. Now moving on to our fifth topic, to our fifth speaker, which is one of the most important thing, the financial engine. So we all know that finance is always needed for a better education, and Mr. Wahid Ibn Shahid, representing Trust Bank, is here with us. Education cannot thrive without a robust financial ecosystem. In a changing economy, the student file process and institutional leading remain very complex. How is the banking sector, innovating? How is the banking sector is actually now innovating to make education financing a bridge rather than a barrier for the parents or the students of the English medium schools?
Thank you for inviting Trust Bank here to the roundtable discussion session. Imagine a bright young student with dreams of becoming a doctor, engineer, or scientist. But their dreams are limited not by ability, but by access to funds. Sadly, this is the reality for many families in Bangladesh nowadays. In today's rapidly changing economy, financing education has often been a barrier rather than a bridge. The student file process and institutional lending can be complicated, leaving parents and schools struggling to provide opportunities for students. But there is hope. The banking sector in Bangladesh is now innovating to turn this barrier into a bridge, giving families and students the tools they need to succeed. First, banks are offering tailored education loan products. These loans are specially designed for higher education, both locally and abroad. They come with flexible repayment schedules and sometimes reduced collateral requirements. By easing financial stress, these loans allow students to focus on learning instead of worrying about money. Second, there is a focus on school and student banking, which builds financial literacy from an early age. Banks are partnering with schools to offer student accounts, saving incentives, and workshops on money management. By teaching students and parents how to plan and save, the banking sector ensures that education financing becomes a long-term solution rather than a short-term struggle. Unlike other banks, we also have some student accounts and student products like student account for the from the beginning to 18 years, and youth account from 18 to 30 years students. That is DPS product. It is also for the students of, any student can open with the multiple of 100 taka, whereas a normal DPS can be opened with 500 taka. So it's a privilege for the students. And there is easy student file process in our trust bank. And if we consider the third scenario, technology is transforming the process nowadays. Digital platforms now allow parents and students to manage tuition payments, track education funds, and access banking services from mobile devices. Mobile financial services also help families handle school fees and remittances efficiently, making education financing more accessible and transparent. Fourth, bank agency partnerships are bridging gaps. Banks are working with local agencies and educational consultants to simplify the loan application process and guide families through student file management. This collaboration ensures that even families unfamiliar with formal banking procedures can access education financing very easily. Of course, challenges remain. Many loans still require collateral or tied to parents' income, excluding lower income families. There is also no unified national student credit database, making loan tracking and repayment more difficult. Policy reforms and innovative credit solutions could make education financing truly inclusive for everyone. In conclusion, education should never be limited by financial barriers. The banking sector in Bangladesh is making real progress in turning obstacles into opportunities. With tailored loans, student banking programs, digital innovations, and agency partnerships, parents, schools, and students are now better equipped to bridge the gap between dreams and reality. Let us imagine a future where every student's potential is unlocked not by their wallet, but by their will to learn. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wahid Ibn Shahid, for sharing with us your financial, important views on the financial engine that the students can follow to go to higher education anywhere in the world or in Bangladesh, which brings us to our next point of discussion, which is the higher education destination. We have here with us Professor Dr. Mohammad Abul Kashem Mia as the Vice Chancellor of UIU, who are, along with all the other private universities or the government universities of the country, are the receivers of our English medium products. And though we have so many of universities all across the country, we do see, and especially in the English medium sector, we do see a brain drain, where majority of our English medium students with high potential for becoming something big for the country are being drained to another country and providing their services to another nation. So I want to ask you that what can our local private university do to prove to the English medium students that they can find a world-class education and a seamless experience in our country, in your universities? Thank you.
Hello everyone. Very nice roundtable discussion here today. Especially for me, almost 36 years of experience in higher education. Especially, actually I'm professor of BUET. There I served for about 33 years. Now I am serving here as a Vice Chancellor. I came to UIU in Lyon. So I have both the sides, experience of both the sides. Even then, you know, in BUET we have very competitive admission test, and I was engaged there for more than 20 years as a member of the admission committee. So I can tell you something about these both things. Especially what you have said, brain drain issue. Actually, I never think that this is brain drain. Sometimes I say, why don't we think of brain gain in another way? Because for English medium or even for our national curriculum, Bangla medium students, they, after HSC, you know, more than 10,000 students go to abroad for higher education. And then some of them does their masters and PhD. And after that, some return to Bangladesh. Some return to, and that is a different gain for us as well. Why not we think in that way? Number one. Number 2 point is, it is very difficult for public universities to accommodate such English medium students. Why? Our English medium schools and colleges, on there, the education environment and public university environment is a little bit different. But in private universities, normally we try to align with the English medium education system in our universities. Like North-South University, BRAC University, at UIU, we try to align with them. Well, it's true, whenever the English medium students and what we face, and our national curriculum students, they sit in this same classroom, it is very difficult for the teachers to teach in the same way, because the level of their level is not same. Sometimes we face different. Even in mathematics or physics or some of the cases, we face some difference there. And for BUET, as I have seen in Dhaka University, whenever they go for admission test, they face some difficulties. Because of the curriculum, they face some difficulties. This is reality. So what we do, look, for research, for excellency, both English medium and our national curriculum students are almost same, because they are the same son of our same soil, right? So they are same. They are same. So whenever at UIU we have for Innovation Hub, we have recently established Innovation Hub. There we have seen English medium students and as well as our national curriculum doing very good, And recently, from our university, our students went to robotics, different types of robotics contest, in worldwide contest. For example, for Mars robot, in the team, we have both English medium student as well as Bangla medium student. They are doing very good. And you know, for the 4th time, in a consecutive 4th years, our team stood first in Asia. And in the world, they stood 5th. So this is not simple, right? It's not simple. And for English medium students, it is very good because they are very good in English. So whenever they go for presentation, they are doing very well. They are doing very well. And also in Mars rover, as well as underwater robotics, as well as in drone computation, our students are doing very good. And also, so what we do for English medium students, we try to give them some waiver, from 25% to 100% waiver, or we do give them some scholarships, but it is very difficult for public universities doing such kind of opportunities. So what you say, brain drain, I never agree with this. I say this is some sort of brain gain. Why don't we think in positive way? Why don't we think in positive way? So we always thank our English medium colleges and schools, because they are doing very good efforts to teach our students to the global standard. And we always try in national curriculum also, we always try, but we have so many difficulties, we don't have so many opportunities, you know. So, but in English medium schools they can, and in public universities it is very difficult to give some opportunity to all the students, because we have limitation of budgets. And UGC people is here, he can say more about this. We have limitation of budgets. But in private universities, we try to give them some opportunities. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Mohammad Abul Kashem Mia. I would definitely like to look into it as a brain gain in a positive way, because of course the ones who comes back definitely puts into our economy, they get the good education, and it is a difficult job to maintain the university level with the mix of English medium and Bangla medium curriculum, because both of them come from the background. But think all these guys, if not going abroad, are getting into the private universities of our country, that is also financial gain for the country as well. Like they're going outside and spending the money on another government. So I really wish that this gap can be closed, and all the private and especially the private universities of our country will be able to provide level education for all the students from Bangla medium or the English medium. So thank you very much for your insights. I know it's a difficult job, but you guys are doing great. Inshallah, we'll do much more in the future. Last but not the least, our last point of discussion, which is the regulatory lens. Inclusivity is a pillar of the new Bangladesh, and Dr. Muhammad Fakhrul Islam, representing UGC, is here with us today. So the equivalence process has historically been a source of frustration for the English medium stream. What specific policy reforms is the UGC prioritize to make the entry into local higher education a seamless, equitable experience?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Esteemed Chair, the editor, executive editor, head of business development, as well as our distinguished Vice Chancellor of UIU and other dignitaries, Assalamu alaikum. It's my honor and it's my pleasure to be there as a guest today. And Mr. Kabir has invited me 2 days back, but I was terribly busy today. As you know, we are going to conclude our training session of university teachers, which was launched in Bangladesh first time. And I postponed my program today only for your program. So I'd like to extend my felicitation as well as my gratefulness to you. The question that you have thrown to me, so for your kind information, you'll be happy to know that as a UGC official, when I was the Deputy Secretary as well as the Joint Secretary of the University Grants Commission, I was the member of Inter-Education Board, which is called, Equivalence Committee Board. And we faced so many problems over there. Those students, they passed their, O-level and A-level from English medium schools, in particular abroad. And we tried to formulate and we tried to solve all the problems in the education board. And Dhaka Education Board is the inter-education board, which is constituted for 10 education boards in the country. And another information I'd like to give you that University Grants Commission is the regulatory body as well as apex and statutory body to formulate higher education and to oversee higher education, research and innovation. At the moment, we have 61 public university and we have 117 private university, and we have one cross-border higher education, that is CBHE, okay? So our working periphery or the working arena is, abundant, and we have to work relentlessly to uphold and enhance the quality of higher education. University Grants Commission has, foreign degree education policy, and under this foreign equivalency policy, we invite applications through online, and students who pass their graduation, master's or PhD from abroad, they submit their application through online, and we scrutinize, and we have a special, very high-powered committee, that is talented committee. They scrutinize all the applications, and it takes 2 to 3 months, and within 90 days, we settle all the applications. But I don't know why you have thrown, there is a frustration of students who passed from the English medium schools. I'm very much afraid of. University Grants Commission receive all the applications, and that is conducted from my administration, as well as we have international desk, which is called ICC, International Cooperation and Collaboration Desk. And we channelize all the applications. We have a focal point, and we receive phone call all the time, and we try to settle all the applications through file, and to some extent through expert team. And Professor Abul Qasim, who is our Honorable Vice Chancellor, he's also the member of our equivalence committee to some extent. I think this question is not a bit relevant for me, but I can assure that we are trying to resolve all the problems, and you'll be happy to know that we have Bangladesh National Qualification Framework, we have Bangladesh Accreditation Council, we have introduced outcome-based education template, and we are trying to make Bangladesh a new Bangladesh, because this is the Bangladesh of Farhan, this is the Bangladesh of Mugdo, this is the Bangladesh of Fayaz, this is the Bangladesh of Abu Said. So they had dreamed, they would like to make Bangladesh a new one, and we'd like to eradicate all the disparity, we would like to eradicate all the, the problems in higher education, and we have taken the charge of higher education after 5th August, and you'll be happy to know that this is the first time that we have organized an international conference in Dhaka during January 15th to 14th. And we are trying to resolve all the problems which are pending for a long time. And we need your cooperation, in particular the Daily Sun. And I'm the reader as well as I'm a contributor of Daily Sun. And I published more than 10 articles in the Daily Sun. I asked to Google, and Google replied, you published 10 articles in Daily Sun last couple of years. So it's my pleasure to see all of you here. But if you have a particular question regarding equivalency, I'm here to give all the answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fakhrul Islam. And the question was thrown to you. I'll reply to that, because it's obviously all the questions has been a generalized idea that has been carried throughout, and I think my team has prepared this question from that general idea. But I am very impressed and do respect your confidence in the way of answering it, and I believe that you will be doing a splendid job in maintaining it. So thank you so much. So that brings us to the conclusion of the speeches from our 7 core. Just before we move on to our next phase, which is the open discussion, the question answer session, there are 2 things that I would like to announce. The first thing, I don't know whether it happened after I mentioned about the Daily Star award that I missed, and I'm still carrying that sorrow with me. Now, NWC and Daily Sun has come up to announce that they will be providing an award yearly, like back in our days there was an award. So NWC and Daily Sun both are going to align together and are going to announce an award for the English medium students of the country. I would like to thank Mr. Anik Bhomik, who is here with us today. Thank you for this initiative. And of course on Daily Sun, me, Mr. Rizal Karim, Mr. Ahmed Rakib will do all the best that we can do to make this a successful one and motivate the students of our English medium schools to do much better and shine in their career more. And the second thing I want to do is I would like to request our 7 speakers to come forward to unveil the magazine that we have given on your table. So this is the first time we are unveiling it on camera. So I'd like to request the servant speakers to come to the front of the stage, in front of the banner, so that we can unveil the magazine. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our panelists for your concise insight, and I think all of us present over here will go back with something, will take back something from this roundtable, and we all learned something from the different sectors. So now we're joined by 12 different distinguished guests along with our 7 panelists who are basically the principals, policy advocates, and parents who live these challenges every day. So I'm going to give the floor to all of you, but just before that, I would like to mention a few of the ground rules that every roundtable follows. I would just like to brush through them. Please state your name and the name of the organization before you start your question, or even when you are addressing somebody, he answers the questions. I would like to request you to keep it concise, like within 3 minutes, so that we can make this whole program more concise and to the point in every discussion. And the goal is not just to ask question, but to challenge the panelists. Tell us what we are missing and who would like to start. So the floor is all yours. Let's get started.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Daily Sun, for bringing us together for such a timely and meaningful discussion. So I am Abdullah Al Masood, and I'm speaking as the principal of Green Mind International School, and as someone who works closely with parents, students, and teachers. So I was listening to all of you, and I would say that English medium education has great potential in our country. Our students are confident, fluent, and globally capable. But however, there is still a concern among parents. We must acknowledge it honestly. So many parents still are reluctant to send their children to English medium schools because they feel that students following foreign curricula or British curricula are not are not strong enough in moral values, ethics, and or patriotism. So, and this is a real concern. So they worry that these children do not get enough exposure to our history, our own culture, and our civic responsibilities. So this is also a practical fear, I would say, and parents know that English medium students often face difficulties in entering public universities in our country, in entering medical colleges and engineering universities, and also in appearing BCS exams. So we all are here, we are the policymakers. There are representatives from British Council, there are representatives from British Education Board. So I'd like to draw attention to you. So please, these are something that not possible for any individual school. Like at Green Mind, we try our best to create these values among our students by initiating different types of school programs. For example, in last December, we at our school organized Bangladesh Festival, where students were divided into 8 divisions, and they represented the history, culture, and the importance aspects of each division very colorfully through their presentation. So, but this cannot be the work done by one individual school. I would say it's the time we need actually policy support, and that's why we are all here. So I would urge all of you that it should not remain only in dialogue, but it's the time for to come to a concrete solution. And we must take it as a point that how we can resolve it. And there is representative from Oxford AQA. Newly built English medium schools in our country are struggling in affiliation with British Council and with education board like CEA or CIE anyway, or Pearson Edexcel, because of some complex requirements sometimes they face. So I would request you to take some initiative to make things easier. But at the same time, yes, you must concern about the compliance, but try to, so that it can be accessible to more parents, make the opportunity for them who are struggling to it. So thank you once again to all. As the time was limited, I had some more points to share with you, but okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much for your question. You did not state your name and organization.
Oh, sorry,
in the beginning,
I
so if
am
you can-
Abdullah Al Masood, and I
Okay.
have probably you
Thank
missed
you so
anyway.
much. So-
I am the principal of Green Mind International School.
Thank you so much, sir. So, anybody want to answer that question from our experts who would like to answer to his question? Yes.
So, sir, as you have mentioned that still parents are not sure if they want to enroll the students in the English medium. There are so many complications. Of course, about the culture, because there is a notion that if someone is studying in the English medium, they will know nothing about the country context, nothing about the country history, and they are some other breed they will be turned into. So I think this is the reality. They actually believe that. And from the British Council, we can tell that we do actually revise our strategies, our plan. And at this moment, I have Zubair Bhai, he is the head of schools. He has joined in January, but he is working in the British Council for a long time in the marketing and communication part, basically. So for the last 3 to 4 months, we are really working hard, and this is one of the key points we are focusing in, how to sensitize the parents and the children. And we have seen that through different research and survey, through different communication, that parents actually believe British Council, whatever we are telling them and what suggestion we are providing them. They are really keen to understand what we are like to talk. So this year, upcoming year, this year, we will focus on to our end user, which are parents and students. So we are planning different, conversation, awareness raising events with the parents, where they will know the actual, scenario and the actual information from us as well. At the same time, we will have the best schools of the country who are working for so long and who have evidence of working for quality education and who are trustworthy towards the parents. So we will start this conversation very soon, face to face, of course, online, and we are also planning some podcast because end of the day, social media, it's very difficult for people to go somewhere, especially in city like Dhaka. So everyone is online, connected in social media. So we will start some podcast as well to make them sensitized. And of course, it's our duty from school side as well, how much we can make the parents aware, how much we can make our calendar more Bangladesh context friendly, and also showcase it in different places, that the people, the target audience who are probably very young parents and who are probably thinking of admitting their children in the school, we can reach them more proactively, which is also, today's discussion is also a part of it. So we have started, and for sure we can do very well in that arena. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, sir, would you like to add something?
This is Faiz Ahmed Jahangir Masood, principal from Lezen International School. Basically, I want to add some points with sir, and also I have some questions also. First of all, sir raised the issue about the cultural activities regarding with the British or foreign curriculum. So if you go for the curriculum like Oxford AQ or others curriculum, this is basically, the curriculum is specially designed for UK and other countries, but my suggestion is you have to make your own curriculum by considering the mind that is your local context. Like many schools, they have decided they will run their school with the religion, focusing on the religion like Islamic or other brands. And some other schools, they are thinking in different. So my school, I have decided I will make the compulsory in religion, religion part, which is published from the government. So others, local activities, cultural activities, it will be designed by your own, not the hiring from the foreign. But the curriculum, that is international curriculum, like O-level 11, other parts, science, of course you can share from the foreign part, but the culture and the point that we are discussing about the roots, that you have to design by your own. So you cannot blame the international curriculum. And other thing is, the important another point you raised, that is the university placement, and also I have the same question with the Fakul sir. The main problem for the university, English medium students, they are not getting chance. Nowadays the number is increasing in medical, BUET or university, but previously it was less, still it is less. The reason is the question setters. I had the question to Fakul sir, but I missed Fakul sir. So the question setters, they are from the national curriculum. So their mind setup is always, I checked many times, I also ran the Bangladesh Physics Olympiad, when I asked them to set the questions from Dhaka University teachers, they are setting their minds from national curriculum. So we have to change that. When the question setters, they have to hire the teachers or group from the English medium background. Otherwise, the things always going negative for the English medium student. That is my observations. And third one is I'm also frustrated regarding this, and most of my colleagues are frustrated because from the class 9, the students leave the school. So in which way we can attack them? In which way we can, culturally we can attack? Because you see when after 12th class, many students, they have the tendency to go abroad, and it is easier for them. But if we think only A-level and A-level result is only the, way to get the scholarship or getting chance, is not like that. There should be some different parts, like ACT, IELTS, extracurricular activities, lot of things which provide a school. Sometimes I ask my parents, you decided to take your students from your school, from class 9, but how long you studied in your school time? They said, yes, 12th class. We all of us completed our education from 12th class, but what we decide for my kids, my childs, we decide that, oh, it's O-level and A-level, so leave the school and go for the coachings. So if our curriculum providers and British councils, they give us support to hold the student in school, that should be better for us. This is also our frustrations. One frustration is from the English medium student sides because they do not get the chance in universities, public university. Another frustration comes from our principal sides because we cannot hold the students from class 9. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your question. And I think Dr. Mohammad Fakhrul Islam would have been the perfect person to answer this question. But as he is not here, if any of you want to yes? Yeah, please, go ahead.
This is Afroja Haq Chaudhary from Stepping Stone International School, Bangladesh. What sir said that, that the admission procedure in our national curriculum or national university, medical, or any government pathway, being a long time in English medium culture, and having the very close relation with my students in this age level, also being a mother, we have suffered a lot. Being a parent, we had to suffer during this uncertainty period, that where to admit my child actually. Whether he is from the English medium background, where to set. They are totally pushed to go and look for abroad or private university. Why can't we work on the admission test procedure? What sir said just now, that we can work on the standardized, the admission procedure, number one. Number two, the grading conversion, the mechanism. If they achieve in grade, we can converse this in their transition period, that where to put in. Otherwise, the third one is seat allocation. There should be some limited seat for the English medium student, those who are coming from there. We have no doubt on their knowledge, but we need to create the platform. This is the high time. If we are looking for to create a new Bangladesh, we need to build up our English medium student also for the global, the global future, and keeping them rooted in Bangladesh so that they are connected with the Bangladesh and abroad also. Their path should be open. They can choose, right, on their choice and on their capability. That's the thing, actually. Thank you.
I would request, ma'am, from who's representing British Council, I was thinking that you'd be able to put in some insights over here. So thank you so much for stepping up.
So there are two parts, two scenarios of coaching center. One, what parents are saying, and another one is what school leaders, including British Council, are saying. So we did a very interesting survey few months ago, and we wanted to listen from the parents who registered privately with British Council, not with any school. It's a big hassle for British Council as well to manage the private candidate. We don't want that. We want a child to get educated in a school, because it's not only study but discipline and so many things. So there are so many parts we have received, and very soon we are going to meet the school principal and work together how we can manage this. First of all, they mention the quality of teachers. They believe that the classroom scenario, the quality of education is not proper or enough for their students. Secondly, the school is very rigid in terms of offering different subjects, because now students are very smart. They do know which subjects are available all over the world. They want to enroll in different subjects, but school probably do not have enough capacity to offer that. There are so many reasons. We are not blaming anyone, but schools need to think about it. And then there is no extracurricular activities facilities, because it's only one building. It's very crowded. Probably there is no field. So this kind of reasons are there. We will talk about it more in upcoming days. So this is parents' part. And of course, as Sabrina was mentioning, that costly, it's a very costly education if we compare with national curriculum. So if they are sending their students to coaching center, parents might feel like, let's opt out from the school, because it's paying double way. If there is any option to, why won't we give to coaching centers only? So this is parents' part. From our side, we will really start to inspect the schools who are not proper schools but registered under UK curriculum. So all board have agreed that we need to do regular inspection, that when they started, they showed us something, but gradually they are not maintaining the quality. So British Council will be leading that, because we are working with all the boards and we are the center point. Everyone intersect in the British Council. So this is our major duty to ensure the quality. So we have the list already. We will start inspecting, and it will be continued. We don't want any registered school who are not providing quality education. So we will definitely report that, and then the curriculum boards we have, they will take the decision. And then coming towards the government sector. So we believe that there are a lot of work to do in that area, and we have already started conversation with Dhaka board. So all three UK Curriculum Board, British Council and Dhaka Board, we are having conversation that how this equivalency can be onboarded, how British Council can take care of the schools in terms of quality and compliance, and they are very keen to work in that way. And many of you will get invitation for the next year, next week, they are calling a roundtable to stop coaching centers. And then how can government support English medium school more concretely, and British Council with other 3 boards, we are really working hard in that sector.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tani Yasmin. Thank you for stepping up and answering. I can see a hand raise over there. Can anybody please pass the mic? And also one more reminder, please state your name and the academy that you are representing, and please keep the question within 2 to 3 minutes so that we all can finish this whole thing in time. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come here. I'm Mohammad Kanchan, Manager Brand Marketing TCL Global. So basically global standards and local roots, English medium school creating global access. I would like to thank Daily Sun featuring the magazine Beyond the Borders. Basically TCL Global Study Abroad Solution is being proud to be a part of this magazine. I think English medium school play a significant role creating the global leaders. So here my question that I would like to share, that TCL Global presenting more than 200 universities all over the world, like UK, USA and Canada and Australia and New Zealand. So my question, and what we face in challenges, that so many students, they are very meritorious in terms of their academic result, but they want to study abroad like USA, UK and others country, but all students are not actually financially solved. So how we, British Council as like, and others, I know that Citibank from Trust Bank, the officials are here. So how they support to the students to fulfill their dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you so much for keeping it concise. So I think anybody from British Council or the financial engine part can answer to this question. Any representative from Trust Bank Education or British Council, whoever.
Thank you for your question. Actually, for financing expensive things, we are trying to build the habit of depositing money from the very beginning of the student life, so that they can have the money when they need. That's why from the guidance of Bangladesh Bank, we have some deposit schemes. For most of the banks, they have it, so that students have the habit to grow the savings habit for their future. This is one part, making the deposit habit from the beginning. And another part, providing loans to the students. Most of the banks have this kind of products. Like Trust Bank, we have financing facilities for the students and for the parents as well. For the students, we have loan facility up to 5 lakh, but for the parents, they can take up to their requirement. So there is both way facilities, and most of the banks have this kind of products. So we are trying to bridging up the requirement of the English medium students for going abroad, who wants to go abroad. I think most of the banks are coming forward. So I think these are already solved.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer. I think the lady next to sir would like to ask a question. Can you please pass on the mic?
My name is Fitrat Rashid. I am the Vice Principal of 𝗞𝗲𝘀 International School. So I had one comment and then one question. So my comment to the whole board here is that we have to understand, doesn't matter English medium or Bangla medium, we are actually catering to future generations who are global citizens. So we have to have the aim of developing these students, doesn't matter English medium, national curriculum or Bangla medium, they're actually going to be global citizens. They're already global citizens. They know what's going on in the whole world. They are much more tech savvy than we are. And it does not matter if it's not limited to just English medium, right? We know all students, all children, our next generations who are coming up, they're all very tech savvy and they are global citizens. So we have to actually look at the whole global market and develop our students, our children, our children's children to compete in the whole world. So that's the goal we should be aiming at. Not just, sticking to our own culture, and I'm not saying we're forgetting our own culture and own tradition and own religion, not that. Keeping that in mind, because every home is individual, every home is different, every home a child grows up in is different. So we have to keep all these things in mind before we actually say, general statements. We make general statements. My question to the banking sector and the study abroad sector that we have is that personally, I have faced, when I was sending my son to go abroad for pathways, for A-levels, and for his university admissions, I have seen and I have gone through the problems that the finance, the banking sector has, the limitations the banking sector has in providing a student account for a child. If he is not 19 or 18, if he or she is just 16 and he wants to go after O-level, he was not able to. And we don't have any proper method to send these students who want to go earlier, who have the grades and the financial ability, so they are not being able to go, and they will have to work out a system where their relatives have to pay over there, and that kind of a system we have to work out. So whereas, how is the career counseling or study abroad institutions that we have, how are they helping with this kind of information, and how is the banking sector thinking ahead of helping out such students, or even 18 above 19 students, they don't have the financial ability to go, just by pressing on savings will not actually work, because we have done banking sessions with the students, and they are not, only 2 will probably open the account out of 300. So question to you and to you, whether this is solvable, doable, or whether you're thinking about all of this in the future. Thank you.
So thank you so much for the question. I would allow both of you to give the answer. First of all, for the banking one, I would request Mr. 𝗞𝗲𝘀𝘀, the head of student banking of Citibank PLC, to give ma'am an answer to her first part of the question. Then we move on to her second question.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. MD 𝗞𝗲𝘀𝘀𝘀. I'm working as a head of student banking in Citibank PLC. The first question from her is about there's two questions. It's related to the bank. The first one is the allowable courses for the after A-level and the financial supports. Actually, we are obeyed by the rules which Bangladesh banks like us to follow, and as per their circular, for any kind of school level course, we have to apply for the prior approval to the Bangladesh bank, because after O-level until 12th grade and or equivalent A-level any course, if any student wants to go for study, parents are encouraged or they are requested to apply to any kind of bank, to the Bangladesh bank for this level of course. So we are also concerned about this. In Bangladesh bank, there are some, it's called like 84-hour meeting. In meetings, some banks have raised these issues, like what about the students who get like offer from the university after completing their O-level, just they offer only a foundation type course. So with this kind of course, student can save their 1 year and he or she can directly admit to the bachelor level course. But after this kind of discussion, Bangladesh Bank has suggested us like we have to apply separately for case-to-case basis. So we have nothing to do right now actually, because this is the Bangladesh Bank's policy. And another thing, the financial support. Most of the banks have their financial support, like the loan facility. It's a personal loan we are offering to our client, but there is a limit. It's 20 lakh taka limit. So I know this is not sufficient for the higher study cost, but some other banks actually some other banks in other countries, like in India or Nepal, they have their central bank's instructions for any kind of higher study loan. So we are also thinking about it, and we have to work, all the banks have to working together, and we have to convince Bangladesh Bank how it can be possible, because most of the students require at least 40 lakh, and sometimes the amount is bigger. It goes to 1 crore. So that's why till now we don't have any specialized student loan kind of facilities, and all the banks are also thinking about it, and we'll working with together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope, ma'am, that answers your first part of the question.
I'd like to add some information. It's especially for all the principals, and so that they can convey to the students or the parents. In Bangladesh, we can see, because we and some other banks are the leader in the student file process. So we see most of the students come to us very much in 11th hour. So that time they faces our difficulties of making the payment in due date. It happens because normally the payment get successful within 1 or 2 working days. But sometimes it may take long, because there is some intermediate bank between our bank and the beneficiary bank, like universities banks. So student might face the queries to clear the payment, and that time it takes more than 2 or 3 working days. Sometimes it might take 10 working days as well, because they make an investigation, and mostly it happens when this kind of process, especially we saw it happens for the Muslim names, because we know they have the sanction process, so they need to clear the payment, clear the process, and they get additional information, like after making the payment, they get the full name or their parents' name, their total address, place of birth, place of country. So after passing the scrutiny, then they make the payment. So I request all the our honorable principals, and so that they can convey the message to their students, they make the payment at least 10 or 15 working days, because there is a minimum standard gap after getting the offer letter and the payment deadline. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I believe ma'am has a question over there. Or sir, you would like to, Mr. Sabbir Alam, would you like to put in some light to this, to the question, previous question? He has answered it all. I believe that's so exactly. So, ma'am, if you are satisfied, can we move on to ma'am? She raised her hand first. Yeah, please.
Well, I'm Mr. Kutubuddin, Managing Director of Academia. I have one observation. First of all, I would like to give special thanks to our Executive Director today. That's you have created this initiative to share our ideas. And my first question to Professor Abul Qasim sir, that's as you are Vice Chancellor of UIU, at the same time you are working with the UGC. So earlier, up to 2018, if I am not wrong, that our student, those who passed A-level with 2D, they used to get admission in private universities. But right now, without 2C, they are not getting chance. So actually, you know, if I discuss the equivalency, then I can say that on A star is 90% in English medium, then A is 80, then B is 70, C is 60%, and D is 50%. Whereas in Bangla medium, if you just compare, then you will see that C is 50%. So from that aspect, I could request you that if you just request our UGC concern that whether our private university they can get 2D from English medium student. Otherwise, actually, this English medium student is they are highly frustrated, and parents they are on a I should say that's after A-level result. They feel so distressed. And my second question to British Council concern, actually British people, they don't believe in themselves. Our student, though they are working very hard to achieve good grade, you will believe that in math, science and English, their result is outstanding. But our still getting a good grade in a good grade in English, student, those who are pursuing higher education in UK, they need to give IELTS. My question to British Council concerned, why getting A, after getting A in English, why they need to give IELTS? And in USA, Canada, if they have minimum B in English, they don't need IELTS or TOEFL. So my request to British Council concerned that you should communicate with them so that they are also doing the same result. In some cases, our students, they are doing better result than the UK people. And in case of mathematics and science, I should say their result is much more better. So why our students, when they are going there in the UK, they need to give IELTS? So this is my second observation. And the third observation, actually, in our country, politician as well as government high official, when they face the camera, as the media, then their observation is different. When they don't face the camera, then their observation is little bit on others already. So you can say there is a double standard role they are playing all the time. So they are putting their children in the English medium school, but when they are gossiping in front of media, they are telling the English medium is the worst in the world. So actually, we are in the great dilemma. I don't know how we will come out from this thing. But with respect to Jahangir Masood sir, I'll again request the British Council people, actually due to the British Council bad policy, our English medium school authority, English medium school people, they are suffering a lot. Actually, right now, it's a high time to stop the private registration. Otherwise, school this English medium student, they will not get a good grade in A-level. You know, to get a good grade in O-level is so easy. To get a 5A in O-level is so easy, but to get good grade in A-level is so difficult. They have lost their all the discipline during the O-level, and that impact bad result in A-level. And for this, actually, British Council should come forward, and the only blame we should put on the British Council and the Education Board. So they should work together to survive or to go to do something for the society and for the student of Bangladesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the question. I will come back to you, sir. First, we take the question from ma'am. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. This is Amreen Hussain. I'm serving as the Vice Principal in Canadian Maple International School. I would like to go back to the root of this discussion, of the, what we have started with. Basically, what I think, like roots are rooted from families, and we get parents from that family. Being serving in the school sector has been a long experience for everybody, for us. But unfortunately, maybe I haven't heard yet so, that we are actually working with parents. As we have training programs for the teachers, training program for administrations and other sectors, but we are forgetting we are actually dealing with the very important stakeholder, which are parents as well. In England, they have some mandatory parenting course for parents. Okay, and that is ensured that every parent should be a part of this. Maybe they have some point systems or everything. Our parents is actually only parents. And they have different parenting techniques which might not be suiting or it's not suitable with the schools or with their roots. Our parents are more eager to get the roots of international organizations or other cultures specifically, and we are actually diverting to that sector. Being a part of an Educare, it's an Educare prompt, it's a parenting program from UK, and Alhamdulillah, I have done that course, and it has been a beautiful experience where they start with violence-free healthy lifestyle in parents, in house, actually in homes, and the root of this sector is ethical, cultural, and spiritual. So this is a 13-week of programs which teaches parent, father, mother, both. I should refer father and mother both, which they learn how to parenting actually. So this school, British Council and the authorities, I think we should come forward. Other queries are important, but beside that, we should also ensure, or we should also emphasize having proper parenting courses, programs for the parents who are actually interested to put their children in English medium schools, but not interested to parenting. And this is actually not leading us anywhere. We have so many plans, but actually we want a concrete plan so that these parents can also work together with us to build this root in a proper sentence.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I
Ji.
completely understand your point that you're trying to make, because the root actually starts from the home. And for that, I would like to announce that we are going to hold another roundtable session with more presence of the parents, so that this can be discussed elaborately. And sir, would you like to ask any question?
Kutub sir raised 2 points. So the first one is actually 3 points. So one was addressed to UIU University. So the first one was IELTS requirement for UK curriculum. So most of the time you actually don't need IELTS. So there's an waiver, but for example, for a highly competitive university such as Harvard or Oxford, so they might actually ask for IELTS due to the proficiency bar, because we all know there's a lot of competition there. So that's why they sometimes might ask for IELTS, but usually for most of the university, you actually don't need IELTS if you actually have a C or higher grade in your English language subject. So that's that. And the second one was regarding the private candidacy policy. So basically, I just like to clarify one thing. So this is not a British Council policy. So this is a curriculum policy that British Council implements. So if you, I'm sure here everyone is familiar with different handbooks that the curriculum Pearson, Cambridge and Oxford shares during the registration period. So in that handbook you'll see there's a separate section called private candidacy. So it's not a handbook created by British Council, it's a handbook by the curriculum. So we are, as a partner of our boards, we are actually taking private registration because there's a instructions by the board that you can register privately. So this is not actually our own policy, and I understand that this is a major concern for school because as Tanya also said, that this is an operational hassle for us as well, and we really want students to study in schools. So we are taking some action, as Apu shared, that we have done a survey. We are talking with the awarding bodies. We will be shortly, within maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be talking with all the school leaders, sharing the survey insights, and we'll try to come up with an action plan, and we'll try to implement that together as well. Thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. I'm Roxana Zareen. I'm the principal of International Hope School, which is previously known as Turkish Hope School. So I just take the opportunity to request over here, whoever present over here, because a lot of people are here today talking about the roots and the curriculum and the university admission and other things. I just want to convey that we are not English medium school owners or who are working. We are not the enemies of the government. Through this program, I would like to convey this message that whatever government gives instruction to the English medium schools, we follow them very, very nicely. I mean, the curriculum is given, the books we are following, Bangladesh studies, Bangla books, and whatever is asked. And national celebration, we do it very, 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 I mean, noticely. I mean, I should say that the way we celebrate, we do Bangla Olympiads, we do different Olympiads, which is rooted. And so what I say that we need the encouragement from the government side, and also we need the support from the government side to encourage people to send their children to English medium schools. And another thing that I want to mention, we talk about a lot of today about the the scholarships, yeah. So English medium schools can I mean, part of these scholarships for the people who cannot afford. So that can be a joint process with the government. We can go for the negotiation, or we can go for the kind of roundtable discussion with the government. So my request is, we must get help from the government. That's the thing. It shows that their approach is like we are enemies, but no, we are biggest contributors of generating the global generations. The way we deliver the curriculum and run the school, it's really, they must come and see that what we do. We work day and night to, how to say, this root thing that we discussed today. We really do it really well. So we should be recognized, and it should reach to the government. So through this program, I would just like to deliver this and to convey this.
A lot of English mediums are actually trying to stick to the basic roots of celebrating festivals and our culture, celebrating our culture, but if it comes from the government, then the whole scenario will be much more clearer.
So I'm going to talk about so I'll have a few questions for our respected panelists and all the respected principals over here. The first, I'll go back again, just like Ms. Amreen went to the local roots. And before that, introducing myself, I'm Mariam Noor Yunus, and I'm the principal of New Horizon Crescent International School. When we talk about going back to our roots, I think the first and foremost point that Ms. Amreen raised, that educate the parents. I don't know whether giving a course to them might be a possibility or not, but yes, parent education should be a very big part of our work as school leaders. So schools should definitely invite parents more, have more workshops, and make them aware. I'm going to switch to Bangla for a minute because it becomes আমাদের দেশের প্যারেন্টসদের জন্য যাদের বাচ্চারা ইংলিশ মিডিয়াম স্কুলে পড়াশোনা করেন, সেখানে বাচ্চারা ইংলিশ অ্যাকসেন্টে আমি বাংলা বলতে পারি না, তাকে তারা খুব it's a matter of pride for them. Is that right or not? Do you all agree with me? Right? So parent education is very important. Now on that note, why do the children say that? If we take a deeper dive and try and understand that, then there are some schools that forbid children to speak in Bangla at all in the school premises. Is that right? My question to the respected principals over here is, can we not look into offering a bilingual school or a bilingual system for the children so that we can keep them connected to their language as well? We don't do that, I think, and that is why our children don't want to attend Bangla classes. They don't want to go for Bangla exams as well. My second question, thank you very much, Oxford, for talking about Global Skills Project. That's beautiful. And we're talking about children who are going for IGCSE or O-level examinations, where we are bringing them these skills, which are so very important in today's day and age, right? But can we, as school leaders, change our assessment system a little bit and incorporate all of this from day one? Because when you bring in personal projects, group presentations, when you bring in a portfolio building in as part of an assessment, instead of just written exams, then we are actually pushing away the rote learning system and bringing in more critical thinking skills, creativity, communication, collaboration, research and analysis, which is very, very important if we actually claim that we want to build future global citizens, right? as teachers and leaders over here, we're not just building children of today's day and age. We're doing the magic. 15 years down the lane, ki hobe? We prepare our children for that. So to weave that magic, I think we might think that we want to cater to all learning styles. And all learning styles can be catered to when we change our assessment system just a little bit. We have a lot of learning happening in classrooms, but there's sometimes knowledge is missing from there. We have a lot of knowing happening in classrooms, but understanding is missing from there. I think this is where we as leaders can get together and talk about things and make this something better. Amar Daily Sun and NWCK awards apnara bolechilen otar jonno I really want to congratulate you and thank you very much for bringing up this. A small request from my part would be, when you are recognizing the children's work, is it possible also to recognize the schools and the school leaders who do such wonderful work? Data result you see on stage on that day. So I would really like if that is a possibility. One small suggestion for British Council would be, in order to stop, I think this conversation I had with Kutub sir, so I want to give him the credit as well for this idea. And when we were talking about this, how to stop the private candidates, we came up with this plan. Why not the boards do some sort of pre-registration when the children are in the 8th grade? If they can do that, and I did talk to British Council about this before you were there as well, and if we can do that, then we've locked the children with the school. And then later on, the schools can actually introduce a percentage system that you have to have a particular percentage in your pocket before you go for your O-level or IGCSE examinations. Then that's mandatory. They have to come and attend school.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I'd like to address one of your question, which is regarding the award that we have just announced. So definitely, it would be an honor for us to give an award to the teachers as well, because you are the one who are building those students, also for the school. So we would like to keep those in the category and do that in future. Thank you so much. So I believe Mr. Shaheen Reza would love to put some lights on the question that sir has asked. So please go on.
Thank you. I think there are number of things I think came up during the discussion. So one of the burning one is about the private candidates. I think we all face that challenge, particularly the school leaders. So I think it's a very, very complicated one, particularly in Bangladesh. It's not a, even if we talk about India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, it's not, there are some private candidates in those countries, but it is not as acute as it is in Bangladesh. So as an exam board, we have to accommodate kind of all the candidates from all the backgrounds. So we cannot just put a full stop that we will not accept private candidates. So that's a kind of against the UK legislation. So we cannot simply do that. So that's the hurdle we are facing. But what, as an exam board, Oxford AQ and British Council, particularly I can talk about Oxford AQ, that what we are trying to do, that we will not have a blank provision of private candidates. So it will mean that private candidates will be only eligible to register with certain conditions if they are under certain circumstances. For example, if they have a study break for a certain period, so they are not able to continue their study in a school. So we cannot say that you cannot carry on with your further studies. So we should allow them, when they are ready, they should be able to come back and continue their study, and they may not be in a position to go back to the school. So we have to keep that provision in those category only. And maybe there are some other exceptional situations. For example, if some students are living abroad with their parents for long term, and if suddenly they come back, for example, we see it from the people working in embassies, so they just come back suddenly before the exam, so it may be difficult for them to get into the school and be a regular student. So maybe as an exam board, we are very convinced that that's not ideal, that so many students are taking the exams as a private candidate. So we are committed to stop the private candidate, maybe not in a kind of unconditional way, but we will have access for private candidate with certain conditions only. So that's our commitment, and we are working with the British Council that how we can implement that. So we will probably have some communication, formal communication to all the schools that what is that exactly we are going to do. And I think the principal of Green Mind School, he has raised some point about the school affiliation process. I think he raised a couple of points. So I think the affiliation process, it was not addressed. So I thought I'll quickly address that as well. So yeah, I think we all are English medium school, and parents, we call ourselves as international school. So parents and stakeholders will have certain level of expectation in terms of facilities, setup, and resources. So I think there is basic threshold. We are here to support the schools. Both British Council and exam boards are here to work with the schools, and if there is any areas for improvement, we are here to guide you with that. But until a school is able to achieve certain level of threshold, we will not be kind of take that forward, because that's how we differentiate this segment, that these international schools are kind of at certain level. So I think if you have any challenge with that, please let us know. We will work with you and guide you and make sure that you can comply all the requirements. I think we'll work with that. And the other one, I think many of, I think the delegates, they have raised about the financing of the higher education. So bank are subject to certain regulation in Bangladesh, so they cannot do even if they want to, because they are guided by the central bank regulation. So, but at the same time, we should also acknowledge that there is, when you are, the parents are putting their children in the international curriculum, there is high chance that they will be eligible for better scholarship opportunities. So I think we should also be able to communicate that to the parents, that it is an investment. If they invest in the school education, then there is a potential opportunity that they may get scholarship. So I think we all should try to highlight that. And I think Ruxana Miss, the principal of International Hope School, she raised a couple of points that we do a lot of good work, but it's not recognized by probably by the regulators and government departments. So I think it is our responsibility as a school, as a community, and also now we are connected with media like Bashundhara is a big group of media company. They not only Daily Sun, but they have many other medias. So I think, yeah, six other medias
in the house.
I think we should also engage with this group and kind of leverage their strength in media, so that whatever we do as an English medium community, that should be highlighted in the media, and also subsequently it will be able to draw the attention of the government. And also I would like to request all of us, particularly the school leaders, that wherever we have opportunities to involve government departments, like Dr. Fakrul was here today, and if even in your internal event, if you can invite some of the government delegates, then I think that is where they will recognize that what exactly you are doing, and also press release and PR activities, social media. I think we should all continue to do that. So yeah, I think, and someone has mentioned about allocating some seats for English medium schools. I don't think that's a viable option anymore, because we had so many kind of discussion around the quota system. So I don't think we can ask for another quota that we bring or propose.
That's
for
a valid point. That will raise another revelation.
Yeah, so I don't think that's a realistic option, but I think we should prepare our students so that they can compete with the national system, and they can ensure their kind of rights to get into the public institutions. So that's what we should do. And also, I know sometimes we get frustrated that our students are very well prepared, but if you compare with the volume that, for example, if you talk about the SSC, they have 1.2 million students, 12 লাখের মতো স্টুডেন্ট হয়, বাট আপনি যদি ইংলিশ মিডিয়ামের কথা চিন্তা করেন, সব মিলিয়ে কিন্তু আমাদের কয় হাজার হবে, তাহলে অ্যারাউন্ড 10,000, মানে এই লেভেলের কথা বললে হ্যাঁ 10-12 হাজার, তার মানে 1%, লেস দেন 1% স্টুডেন্টস। সো আপনি যদি আবার এটা প্রপোর্শনেটলি দেখেন, তাহলে কিন্তু আওয়ার স্টুডেন্টস, ইংলিশ মিডিয়াম স্টুডেন্টস আর ডুইং ভেরি ওয়েল ইন দি কম্পিটিটিভ এক্সামস, particularly if you talk about, for example, certain institution like IBA. IBA is dominated by English medium students. I now see that a good number of students are also getting into the BUET medical colleges, including Dhaka medical colleges. So there are some good case studies as well. So I think we should also highlight those good case studies. And principals particularly, I would like to request all of you to maintain a kind of alumni, so that we can highlight those good case studies among the prospective students, parents, and also maybe regulators, that how they are performing when they are in the employment market. So with that hope and expectation, I say thank you very much. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your insights, and I believe he answered a lot of questions. And as you have mentioned that being connected with Bashundhara, we would definitely bring your point of view on the table. As you just mentioned, Bashundhara does have quite a few medias, and we always try to connect with the youth. We have the only sports television channel in the country where we try to promote sports, which is something very necessary amongst the student. I believe it will keep them away from doing other wrong stuff. So we have news channels and various papers. So you guys are always welcome to come and share ideas with us, which we can convey to the nation and the government as well in our own way. So I would like to go to Ms. Sabrina Shahid Rao to put her some reflection on the other question that ma'am just asked about kids being "Ami to Bangla bolte pari na," saying it very proudly, and how they're not encouraged. So I would like your comments on that.
Thank you for the question. It's a very relevant question, because yes, we face this problem a lot, and as Ms. has mentioned that it is sometimes from the parents as well, যে এত পয়সা দিয়ে একটা ইংলিশ মিডিয়ামে পড়াচ্ছি, ইংরেজি না বলে বাংলা বলবে কেন? So it is a difficulty, and if you talk about the school, why school are emphasizing on speaking in English? So there's a situation. A lot of the parents, I'm not talking about all schools, but a lot of the parents are coming from the Bangla medium background, and they don't have enough practice of English when they're coming to the school. So sometimes schools, they kind of make it a mandatory that, when in school, they're only going to speak in English. But I think it is only relevant up to a certain age. After that, the children already pick up the language, and they can speak in both the language. And I can talk about, particularly about my school, the senior section is bilingual, and that's what we say to our children and the parents as well. Because by the time they go to the senior schools, they have already acquired the language knowledge, and they can speak fluently in English. They don't need to pick up on their teachers for their wrong pronunciation at that time, because that happens, because laugh about it. And so these are, I think these are common problem for a lot of the schools. And I think if we just emphasize on the real issue over here, that why are we doing it? Because they need that practice, because at home, when they go back home, they are absolutely not getting any support from the parents or the surrounding that they have. So that's why they need, and picking up a language, even though it's very easy for them to pick up the language when they're young, but still they need that habit. So I think a lot of the schools have that in mind, not thinking that, oh, we can't speak in English, we can't speak in Bangla, and that's a downgrade for the school. It's not that, I don't think so. But definitely the mindset has to be changed. It's all about the mindset. If you encourage the children to speak in Bangla, if you take pride in it, if you take pride in your own culture and heritage, I think that will solve a lot of the problem. And I can see a lot of the students who are coming from Bangla medium background, and they are equally confident in speaking in Bangla as well. And vice versa. I am particularly from Bangla medium background, but I have no problem conducting both the languages. So I think it's about the mindset, and definitely bringing parents to school for workshop and training is the most difficult part. You can work with the students easily, no problem, we can do it in a jiffy, but bringing parents to talk about parenting, I think that's a whole different ball game. But I'm happy to know that you're going to start doing some conversation, but it should not turn into a battle between the school and the parents. because it's always goes there. Oh, why are you charging so much? You were charging so much, but you're not giving. So it shouldn't go that way.
Actually, even if it does go there, we don't want to be the battleground where that happens. So we'll make sure that it's not like that.
Yes, so the discussion has to be from the point of curiosity, from the point of where we can make the difference in the children's life, and that should be the discussion, but not get into the financial matter, because different schools are giving different facilities, and that has to be counted. The teachers, the training that we are providing the teachers to teach these children are definitely different. For English medium school specifically, I would say that there's no teaching training facilities over here, apart from British Council, you know, where they're providing training sessions. Apart from the exam boards, they're also providing training sessions, but subject specific, right? But as a pedagogy, I mean, it's a quite a scarcity that we have of training facilities for the English medium schools. So when we are hiring teachers, we are, first of all, we have to ensure that they speak the language. And then you make a lot of compromises with their, you know, academics, their certification and all that. So you're not looking at the specifically if they have a teacher's training degree or not. So these are real-time problem right now. So if we can solve some of that, I think we have a brighter future here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're coming to the end of the session. We'll just take one more question. So if there's anybody interested to... Yeah, of course. So we'll take her suggestion, then we'll move on to you, ma'am, for the last question.
It's
Thank you.
about coaching centers and children living in school and parenting. Coaching centers are in Bangla medium schools also, because all the Bangla medium schools have got teachers privately coaching their own students in a big scale. So if we ask the government to stop it, then they have to stop there as well as ours. So that is not possible. And children leaving the school is, there are a lot of reasons that children leave the school. Health issues are there. Then financial issues are there. So these children should not be stopped from getting education, access to education if they become private. We should not do that. Education is for everyone. And the thing is that parenting, like we are questioning the parenting of the students. Parents are, you know, whatever home scenario is there, it doesn't match with what the school asks for. So how we manage that, how we mitigate that? We give a guidebook to the parents in detail and concerning all the aspects of life of a student in the school that gets covered by it, and parents are aware what we expect from them. So of course, it's not that we are not facing problem with the parents. They are coming up with a lot of, you know, unreasonable queries and demands, but we meet them and one-to-one person, as a one-to-one person, we meet them and we do answer all their queries, and this is how we try to satisfy them. And you know, children going to the coaching centers or not coming to school, but they're admitted to school, you have to put a percentage, certain percentage of attendance required. Unless you do not have that, the child will not get registered from the school. If you keep it like that, your students will not be running to coaching centers and not attending school. We do it, and when we say something, we mean it. If a percentage, no matter how good the student is, might be bringing a brilliant result to the school, but we do not compromise there. If the attendance percentage goes below that, we ask the child to leave. So we are strict about it. So you give rules and regulations, but you yourself do not adhere to that. That is where the parents take the advantage. So you have to do that also. Give a guideline to the parents to the students, what you expect from them, what you expect from the parents, what you expect from the students. I'm sorry, but I would say we have gone to the house of the students where the child was bullying through Instagram. And we said that the child has to open up his PC for us to check how he's bullying. Facebook was off. He was doing it through Instagram. And that is how we stopped it. So you really have to work very hard in order to impose your rules and regulations, and also you have to set a certain percentage of attendance. Please do it. And another issue I would like to bring it here, that some of the schools are not maintaining the ethics. You know, the child is leaving your school and the other school through a very high payment, taking in the child, referring in the transcript that the child has been in that school from the very beginning. We know it. We have found it out. So schools are also not doing the right work. They are not ethically, morally high, very high. This is, if they are doing it, that is the reason parents are getting the opportunity and they are resorting to all these. So please, schools have to uphold a very high morality in regard to taking up the students who are without paying fees going to other schools. Like we have a very strong and very, I would say, rather very hard rules regarding conduct. Because children, when they leave their hand of their parents, come to us, it's our duty. It is our duty to guide them all the way when they are at school and teach them mannerism, behavior, everything. It is our duty. Because, of course, we expect certain level of behavior to be learned at home. But at the same time, it is the duty of the school as well to see that the children are picking up the right behavior. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insights. And now we'll take the last question. Please.
Thank you very much. I'm Mahsina Momtaj Maria, coming from Averroes International School. I work there as a vice principal. Part of my query or appeal or request question have been covered by one of my colleagues here. I think all of us would agree with this idea that one of the biggest challenges we have as educators or school leaders is hiring and raising good quality teachers. Yes, I think the slogan here we see that making our teachers, bringing our teachers from local roots and making them able to fulfill international standards is a real challenge. And part of it happens because most of our teachers are coming from the local education system. We are very much in love with rote learning and exam systems. And we are expecting that these very teachers would come to my classrooms and would teach my children autonomous learning, which is a very big challenge. So this was my question to British Council, that if it is possible to arrange teacher training programs compulsory, kind of, for different stages of teachers. For example, if you qualify this training procedure or an qualification exam or something like that, after that you can become a secondary school teacher. Or if you finish your teacher training for being an elementary teacher, if you qualify, only then you can become a permanent teacher in our school. I think these programs should be introduced in Bangladesh, and this is a very, very dire need at this moment in our English medium education system.
She's asking, shouldn't the school implement that?
Schools are already doing it in their own capacities. All right. For example, if all of us start talking about teacher training, definitely schools are doing the various kinds of teacher training programs in their own capacities. But I think there should be a formal mechanism where we can claim that yes, this many teachers are qualified internationally for doing teaching in specific fields.
I think we get the gist of the idea you're saying. Please pass on the mic.
British Council is actually doing a pretty good job already with regards to offering training, free training modules. And just recently, they've also introduced this idea where you finish particular set of modules and you send the certificate to them. They will also arrange an in-person training program, which is a fantastic effort from British Council. However, what Ms. is asking over here, I think, is it reminds me of the system that is followed in Singapore for teachers. They have point systems. So you do such and such training program, you accumulate such points, then you will become a teacher of such and such level. And that is also being conducted by British Council over there in Singapore. Now, the point of concern over here is it becomes easy for us to say all of this, right? Now, if I am a teacher, which I am, I'm a practicing teacher and a principal, I'll take all of these courses, I'll accumulate all of these points. As school leaders, are we going to pay them more if they are going to come up with all of these points? This is also a matter of discussion. So, shudhu training na, training er shathe reward, achievement, egula amaderke shobaike hoyto ba ekটু consider korte hobe. Again, it ekta policy making er byapar. I think all of us can sit together and
This
talk
can be a
about it.
policy making where the points are like the rating, and according to that rating, everything should be done. So I think we have one last question, please.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Farzana Kareem, principal of Al-Azhar International Grammar School. Our students, English medium students, have gone beyond the border. They are getting world highest when nobody talks about that. Government doesn't even appreciate it. We are compared with the Bangla medium national curriculum students, but the students who have gone for world highest, what about that? And the teachers who are teaching them are Bangladeshi teachers, and they have come from Bangla medium background, but they have got the students to gain world highest. So teachers also have to be appreciated. Thank you, that's just a comment.
Exactly. I completely agree with you, and thank you for promoting Beyond Borders in your small speech. So I think that brings us to the conclusion. What she has asked, I think, recognition of teachers, the students, and the school itself, we will keep that in mind once we have announced for the award that we want to give. And also the rating system was a great input in all of this, and not only the students, the teachers also, the schools, not only British Council, the school has to be careful about it, like getting teachers of higher rating and doing so and so. So that brings us to the close of this session. Thank you so much. Me being a person coming from an international background, I would like to say যে আমরা বাংলা ভালোই বলতে পারি আর বাংলা সব কিছু করতে আমাদের আমরা নববর্ষ সেলিব্রেট করি, আমরা পহেলা ফাল্গুনও সেলিব্রেট করি, আর আমার 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারি, 26শে মার্চ, 16ই ডিসেম্বর, আমাদের নিজেদের হিস্ট্রি এত রিচ, আমাদের কালচার এত রিচ, আই এম প্রিটি শিওর ইফ এনিবডি ওয়ান্টস টু, দে ক্যান অ্যাকচুয়ালি be rooted to the ground and compete in the international level that we have been doing. So maybe global standards and local roots are not mutually exclusive together, but they are the two wings that a student needs to fly and go beyond the sky. So that's something we would keep in mind. Finally, I would like to thank Mr. Ahmed Rakib and Mr. Rizaul Karim for arranging this roundtable session. I hope we'll have more of this in the future. Thank you to all the participants, everyone who has come here. Everyone who has come here and given us time and spoke about your expertise. It shows your commitment towards building a new nation, shaping a new nation, which we will call the new Bangladesh. So thank you so much, and I would ask Mr. Rizaul Karim Rotasbhai to wrap it up with his statement.
Just we want to engage more with the English medium school. Already we give a lot of media coverage to English medium school, and we also introduce several pages to promote articles from the English medium school teachers, students, and everybody. So we also very generously offer the media partnership, or if any schools come to us for media partnership, we give it free of cost. We give 360-degree coverage to like the print media, our digital platform, everybody. So you are also most welcome to contribute articles, your opinions in our like education page, post log, and youth page. We have like 4 or 5 pages every week. So you and your students can contribute articles and opinions in these pages. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I think the food is served, and I would request all of you, whoever don't have any prior commitments, you can come to the floor above the 2 floor above this one. We are on the 5th floor. You can come to the 7th floor and visit our office, Daily Sun, and have a look at it, so that I believe you'll like it. We have a nice working environment and would love to host more roundtables. And thank you for being with us today. Thank you very much.